what Montreal is all about. The following is a CBC News special presentation.
For 5 bitter years they suffered, humiliated, brutalized, dispirited. Holland living and dying under Nazi occupation. Then, 1945, the Canadians fight their way in. The Germans surrender. Liberation at last. The sweet taste of freedom.
50 years after VE Day, Holland remembers the liberators. From Apeldoorn, Holland, here is Peter Mansbridge.
50 years ago this evening, in a Europe at war, peace was finally in sight. Victory was at hand. This weekend, those days of joy will be celebrated again. Tonight, remembering the German surrender in Holland on this day in 1945. A country says thanks to its liberators, and those who died fighting for freedom are honored. Good evening. When he talked about the liberation of Europe, Sir Winston Churchill said Canada may well be proud of the glorious deeds of her sons in arms. This 50th anniversary weekend, those deeds will be remembered with pride. In the next half hour, we'll show you the highlights of this day, the kickoff to a weekend of VE Day celebrations. And we begin across the English Channel with the Queen and her speech this morning.
My name is Bud Annable. I joined the Guards, 22nd Armoured Regiment. And VE Day, I was in England, when the war was over, and you have no idea what went on, singing and dancing. Even it was dancing with the nurses in the hospital. Everybody was so, what do you call it, relieved, everybody that had in this heart. There's no, you can't imagine what it was like.
Well, the relief that swept across this country must have been tremendous. Holland was occupied by the Nazis for 5 long years. For the next 3 days, we'll be anchoring our coverage from the main square in the city of Apeldoorn, 100 kilometers or so east of Amsterdam. As you can see, this square is decked out in Canadian flags, as is every square in every Dutch city, town, and village.